again, and if you've already been in math class this morning, I suppose you've already seen me, but I'll say good morning again. So, we are winding down on our language books. You've probably noticed that there are not many pages left in our language books, so that is, well, to me it's exciting and it's sad, because it means that school is almost over, and then I won't be able to be communicating as much with you anymore. And so that makes me sad because I'll miss you, but it is exciting to have our books almost finished, and there's just something exciting about that, isn't there? So we won't be learning too much more new stuff in our language books this year. So we're going to be reviewing a lot of things. And so yesterday in class, I had my friends Nuts the squirrel and Snowball the bunny with me in class. And I heard from some of your moms that you like to have them in class. So I decided I would have them in class again today. So they are going to be telling you about dictionaries and glossaries. We're going to be reviewing some things about dictionaries and glossaries before you get started on your work for today. So I will let Nuts and Snowball tell you more.
Oh, we're on camera, Snowball. Good morning! Good morning, second graders. How are all you this morning? Hope you're doing good, got a good night's sleep. And, well, as you know, I'm Nuts the squirrel, and I'm Snowball the bunny. And we're here to tell you more about dictionaries and glossaries. Well, not really tell you more, but just remind you about dictionaries and glossaries. Yes, that's right. Thank you, Nuts. So, to start off with, I'm going to be telling you about the dictionary. And look at that, our camera just fell down. Okay, can I have the dictionary, please? Sure. Okay, so we got a dictionary here, and we're going to open up this dictionary and look inside. So here we have a dictionary, and we're going to remember what the different things in the dictionary are called. So remember that at the top of the dictionary, those words at the top there, up there we have lens and we have libel, and those are called guide words. Guide words help us to know what words will be on the page. So we can look at our guide words, and we can see that if a word comes in ABC order after lens, then it might be on that page, and it has to come before libel in ABC order. So all the words are listed in ABC order. And what are these words all called that go down the page, those words in bold print? Those are called entry words. Entry words, those are all the words listed in the dictionary. So in the dictionary we also see how to say the word. And do y'all remember what that big fancy word is that means how to say a word? If you said pronunciation, you're right. Pronunciation just means how to say a word. So there we see level, and it tells us right there beside it how to say level. Pronunciation. Now at dictionaries, they can also tell us whether a word is a noun or an adjective or an adverb or a verb, or any other part of speech. So, dictionaries can tell us parts of speech. They can tell us what kind of word it is and how it's used in a sentence. Now, one of the big things that a dictionary tells us that we sure can't forget, of course, is the definition. Definition just means, well, it just means what the word means. So, we've got level. Let's look at this one. A device used, as by surveyors, to find a horizontal line or plane. So that's what a level is. Maybe your dad uses a level when he builds something. Now, let's see. Sometimes dictionaries, they have a sample sentence, and that just tells you they give a sentence using the word. That way you kind of know how to use the word in a sentence. Now, let's see. Did we review it all? All those different things? I think we've got them all. So, I'm going to let Snowball remind us about a glossary. Snowball, hand it over to you. Okay, Nuts, I'll be right up. All right, class, so I'm going to remind you about a glossary. So that is how you spell glossary, right there. And so a glossary, it's kind of like a dictionary, right? But a glossary doesn't just tell you what a word means. It's usually in the back of a book, and it tells you a whole lot more about something that you learned in the book. So let's look at your language book. Can I have the language book? Sure. All right, here's the language book. And you see that it's called a glossary at the back of your book. Now, these things, the entries are all listed in A, B, C order. They're listed in alphabetical order, A to Z. And they just tell you more. So you learned about bald eagles in the book. And here it tells you more about bald eagles. So that's what a glossary is. Thank you, Snowball. All right, Miss Brittany, why don't you take it from here? Okay. Thank you, Nuts and Snowball. Thank you for explaining about a dictionary and a glossary. So, we know this is a dictionary, and it's a whole book that tells us a whole lot about a lot of words. And a glossary, well, it's usually in the back of a book. So here I have my book, and the glossary is in the back. So, and it just tells us more about things that we learned in your language book throughout the year. So if we want to know more information about some of those things that we learned, then you look in the back of your language book in the glossary. And also in your math books, you have a glossary in the back of the math book. And that tells you more, and it just helps you to remember all the different terms and information that you learned, or at least a bunch of it, right? Stuff that you learned this year in school. So, very good. Now, if you have a piece of paper handy, I'm going to say some words, and I would like you to write down the abbreviation for those words. I'll be right back. Okay, so the first one I want you to write down is write the abbreviation for Mrs. Write the abbreviation for Mrs. Remember that a Mrs. is a married woman. Okay, it's a married woman. Okay, y'all got that? Here it is. Mrs. That's the abbreviation. And write the abbreviation for Mr. Mr. Okay, capital M-R, Mr. And remember, Mrs. is an abbreviation it's for a married woman, and there's a Mr. with a Miss, okay? Mr. with a Miss, and that's for a married woman. Okay, one more, write the abbreviation for doctor. Doctor. Okay, we have capital D-R. We
first and the last letter of doctor. Okay, now on your test tomorrow, you will be diagramming sentences. So you have a study sheet for your test, and it goes over diagramming sentences. You'll be needing to underline the subject once and the verb twice, and then diagram the sentence. So if we have a sentence like this, the dog ran fast. What is the verb? What's the action in the sentence? Ran, and the subject is dog. So if I would want to diagram it, the subject goes on the left and the verb goes on the right. So that is how to diagram a sentence. And you can practice those on your study sheet if you like, before you take your test on Thursday. All right, y'all have a good day, and maybe you'll even see Nuts and Snowball some more. We'll see. Bye.